Those noises are quite distracting. Hopefully they're not carrying through the mic. My dog is chewing out basically a bone, a chew toy. All right. Now, what font size do we need here? It seems reasonable. Let's crack into it. Unfortunately, people cop a pre-roll and they join straight away. So I might just flag that with this. And we'll make sure that's finished. Still trying to figure out the whole ads juggle. All right. Now, we were trying to establish this resources file, this thing, defining all our resources in one spot, at least as much as possible. To reduce some of the work of adding resources every time. So we've got to the point, where have we gotten to actually? Are we actually running again? No. Yeah. Okay. So that's in context encounter. And it's complaining. Why is it complaining? It's a good question. Why is it complaining? Resource types is a resume asset resource types. Do I have to do like, was there an example? Where is, what's called? Cargo, Bevy common assets is what it's called. And our example for Ron was you've got to load it. All right, cool. So we've added the plugin, which is fine. And then during setup, we've got to load it. Okay, and we could load, interesting, we could load any wait, because this is level run and this is trees level run. So is that saying that you can do it in either place? I think maybe it does mean that. If let some level equals levels removed, no. So why does it think that this resources field doesn't exist? on assets, resources, resource types. Do I have to do like a get on it? What's the deal? Let's look at add plugins, default plugins, run asset plugin, level new, level run. Asset server load. Do I just have to dereference it? It seems unlikely. Just pause for ads. Okay, so we know resource types has a field resources, and that is a vec of resource config. And we know that we're initializing this. So what am I missing? I have to have an explicit load call of some kind. Like this one. Maybe it's saying that this is just setting up the plugin. Whereas this is physically loading a file. So is level ron the suffix? Is that what I'm looking at? Okay. So what are the arguments to new in that case? Assets, docs. Extensions and static string. Oh, we'll load assets from files with a given extension. All right, okay, cool. So in that case, we definitely don't want that extension. Ron might be the default. Can you just leave it out? No. All right. Cool. So that means we need an explicit load. So we need function setup, which takes the asset server, and commands. Actually, I don't think I need commands. Or do I? Insert resource, and then it becomes resume assets level. So what's a level handle? Oh, it is a resource. Okay. All right. So I need commands, and I need assets. Asset server, right? Yeah. Okay. And then I need to tell it to load, and I need a resource handle. That's right. Resource handle, which takes a handle resource. No, handle resource types. Let uh, types equals resource handle um, assets load, and then the name of the file, which is going to be resource types RON. A little bit more complicated than I thought, but still doable. Insert resource types. Oh, right. Wait, what? Okay. um, all right, so now we need to run that, which means add systems, startup, actually, we might want to do it similar to how we do it in loading. On loading, we yeah, maybe on enter game state loading. That is a possibility. Loading. what's called setup. Where's my LSP? Resources. There it is. Okay. So does that mean that they've shown up now? Let's go back to counters and render, and it's still complaining there's no resources. So how do we actually consume it? Asset server load, sure. And so it should be in a assets level, which is assets resource types in our case. There. And so what does it now think the resource types is? Let sum equals levels remove. Level 0 ID. And levels is a vec f32 3. Okay. Yeah. So let's try this. If let sum r equals resource types remove. How is that supposed to work? That's confusing. How would that even work? Let sum level equals levels remove level 0 ID. How would that even build? This level, what? Oh, I see. It's just maybe not great naming. Source types. Oh, I see. So level is a res level handle, and levels is a res assets level. Oh God, it's getting a little involved. Uh, okay, let's give it a crack. Um, doesn't really correspond, but let's just try. Right, so now we would start to refer to But what does remove actually do? Removes and returns the asset with a given ID if it exists. This supports anything that implements into asset ID A, which includes handle and asset ID. What if I don't want to remove? What are my other options? Bevy assets. Do you normally just process these things one way? Hmm. Removes and returns. So I can't just use it as is. I have to load them in once. That seems weird. Oh no. Get move with a given ID. Get handle provider. Get mute. Getter insert. Reference to the asset with a given ID. Where does the ID come from? Is that what the handle's for? Okay, this is getting into Bevy assets territory. That's a little confusing, but we can deal. We can deal. Reserves a new handle for an asset that will be stored in this collection. What if you just want to retrieve it without the handle? Or you need the handle? Hmm. How does get work? Reference the asset if it exists. Because we don't need these, we don't need this to be a mutable collection. So we probably don't need I think I see. We create the handle so that we've got a way to refer to it later. So resources handle. Oh, it's not a level handle. Resource handle. Is it resources handle? No. Um, Nope, doesn't like that. To implement convert into, it needs asset ID, resource types, standard convert from, needs from. Confusing. With some mesh equals meshes get morph data mesh, else return. I'm assuming that get sheet layout unwrap. So we use handles to refer to something within the collection, within the assets. So if I look at how I define the handle, resource handle takes a handle to a resource types. And then we use that to insert the handle into our entity store. I'm assuming load returns a handle. Strong handle. Okay, and then we store it in the ECS so that we can refer to it later. As a resource. And so now when we load the resource, we ought to be able to index the resource types by the resource handle. Which their example shows here. That's their handle. That's their levels resource in assets. And then they look for an asset that corresponds to the handle. And in fact, they can refer directly to things on. Oh, I see. They get the ID. Oh, okay. Yep. I gotcha. Field 0 is private. So we've stored it here, but it's private, really? Abstract. How did they define theirs? struct level handle, handle level. Just pausing for some ads. Hmm. Oh, no. Resources handle, res resource handle. Hmm. I assume we can't just do that. No. Um, how do I refer to field 0 then? What do we normally do in a Bevy resource that's a wrapper like that? Rust field 0 is private. You need to make the pieces of the tuple pub. Oh, is that what I missed? Well, they don't, but I will. I wonder why it works there and not here. Ah, okay. Um, so actually probably what we'll do is this. Actually continue. And then yeah, interesting. Okay, so for anytime you need to yank a resource, you need to yank an asset out of an asset server, you need a handle to it. The handle gets defined uh, as wrapping a handle to the thing. In other words, handle resource types. It needs to be public. You can then load the assets using the handle as an identifier and insert the handle as a resource, excuse me, into the ECS so it can be queried here. And then resource types there. Okay. Not sure if it's going to be how painful it's going to be working with those two values as opposed to hard coding values like I was before, but I'm going to say it's worth it. So let's see. Um, So hopefully we should be able to find our texture that way and then use it here, UI texture index. We might end up making some little helper functions to make some of this a bit easier. Okay, I can deal. So does it work is the question. Does the counter still work? Nope, definitely not. Could not pass Ron expected option. Is that line 620? Well, line 6, column 20. Okay, good. Passing errors, we can deal with those. Line 6, you say. Base tile. Oh, yep, fair enough. So it would be some stone. Yep, anything else like that? Oh, well, actually a lot of other things like that. So context menu entry needs to be a sum. And is it like that? I wonder if I'm supposed to actually indicate the type. Probably, right? Becomes self-documenting, which is good. Some okay. That looks a little better. There's probably other problems like that. Why is oh I see. I haven't closed it. There we go. Cool. So context menu entry should be a sum. Actually, I don't think I need the class name there. The struct name. Crafting recipe is a sum. And input manager key is a sum. Yeah, let's see what it makes of that. Same thing. About to load S8 resource types. Why? Why did you fail to load? Uh, oh, didn't say. What? Failed to load asset resource types. Why did you fail to load? Oh boy. Okay. Um, maybe because of the names. Maybe this is not what you're allowed to do. And in fact, we'll get rid of that too, just in case. Don't imagine that'll make much difference, but we'll rule it out. Fail to load. I wish I knew why. That's not very helpful. Not very helpful at all. Okay, maybe I've got the sum context, the sum syntax wrong. Implicit sum. Okay, interesting. What about options? Options. Show me options. Oh, there's a Ron Vim. Wonder if there's like a Ron checker. Maybe I do need an LSP after all. Option. Sum 1.34, none. Structs. Optional struct names. Sum. Wish it gave me more feedback than failed to convert. I wonder if I'm not supposed to add double parentheses like this. I suppose I could rule it out by commenting this out. Or removing it for a sec. Nope, same problem. So whatever it is, it's present in that first one. I'm missing properties of any kind. Name, base storage tile, carrying capacity, context menu entry, crafting recipe, input manager key, resource type, and resource UI texture. Looks right. Um, hmm. So what am I missing? Resources. I wonder if there's a way to get better debugging output. Resource handle, assets load, resource types run. And we're indicating our type here, resource types. We're using ron suffix. Could it not find the file? That could be it. Does it look in the assets directory? I mean, it does, because when you look in the examples, wait, oh, this is for Bevy common assets. When you look in the examples, it loads it from the assets directory. Assets, trees level run. And that's where I've got mine, right? Resource types run assets, yeah. I wonder. Hmm. What happens if I empty it entirely? I'm just trying like this. Well, it should fail anyway, right? Oh, but hang on, maybe I could empty the array. Oh, that loads. Interesting. Okay. So it's definitely a problem with one of these blocks. What happens if I take the first one out? Nope, doesn't like that. Failed to load. Unexpected variant and stone block and base tiles. Oh, base storage tile. Yeah, you're right. It's stored stone block. Good catch, Ron. Thanks, Ron. Bet that's not the only problem though. Nope. And this time it doesn't tell you. It doesn't tell you when. Why? All right. Let's get rid of this. Oh, see if we can find any more specific problems. Oh, doesn't like that. Doesn't tell me why. It just doesn't like it. Cert can be configured to have like really specific debugging output. There we go. There's another one. Storage tile is stored stone wall. Um, what else? All right, let's narrow it down to one block. Nope. What am I missing? Name, base storage tile, base tile, carrying capacity, context menu entry, crafting recipe, key code. Oh, that apparently is supposed to be an option. That'll help, hopefully. Resource type and resource UI texture. All right, another try. Oh, that's starting to sound a bit more promising. So we should see a little menu in the top left corner. And we do, sweet. See if it's correct. So if we harvest and then create a storage area, we should see this increment in just a second. Yes, all right, progress, good. Now we know how to work with it and that there aren't any really obvious errors in the format itself. So now, what? Now we get to change other parts that depend on these hard-coded resources. So let's go looking for stored stone. Storage textures. All right, so we could, the other thing we can probably do is remove the lazy static block that we had in, yeah, this thing. We shouldn't need it, hopefully, to get the resource UI textures, which means we'll need to rebuild the inventory code that depends on it. Inventory. Hey, Melbell, and hey, Depalm Dev. How you doing? Cruising right along. Yeah, that's the theory. I'm trying to make it so that we don't have to do quite so much work every time we add a resource, because there's probably going to be a lot of them. Trying to set myself up for a bit of success. Okay, so here we basically need to do exactly the same thing. And in fact, it'd be great if we could kind of refactor some of this, but one thing at a time. So just to teach myself the muscle memory, I need resources handle is a resource handle. Yep, Copilot, you're right. And resource UI assets is actually not that. Instead, we're going to go, oh, interesting. We might have to rewrite that. It's weird that we have to import three things. Okay, one thing at a time. Resource types is a res assets resource types. Well, yep, that's because I haven't imported them. Got a question out in one of the discords about how to do this en masse rather than line by line, because I'm sure that the LSP can do it. I just don't know how. Okay, so we need the code from counters, which is in render. And it's this little block here. And I still don't know if finding it in a vec is better than just using a hash map, but I suspect it's probably not. Right. Actually, we should probably just put the handle outside that loop because you don't want to get it every single time. Wait, what? No. This. R is not a great name for that. Okay. So now I need to adjust this for where do I get my type from? Oh, I see. This has to go down here. And this becomes UI texture index. Oh, we got ads. My cute little sign. Every single time. Quick hydrate. Dog is chilling in the sunbeams, as he should. Good boy. And we are clear. All right. Yep, that's usize correct. So that should be fine. Yeah, no, don't know if I'm wild about this, especially since you're doing the same search through the VEC. Every single inventory resource type. But given that there's probably not going to be that many characters, it might be acceptable. And just see. Any other issues with removing that? Oh yeah, now that I've added a couple of things, it's got too many functions, too many arguments again. Res asset server. Why do we need that for the font? I think we do, right? Yeah. Characters. I don't know that you can really avoid having that many in there. Don't know. Let's see if it works. Hmm. So we should see inventory pop up somewhere around here. Oh yeah, it's looking pretty happy. Ah, oh, I see it didn't have anywhere to store it. Interesting. That's another thing we've got to cover. It's still not storing it. Oh, I want to see if I can repeat this or if I've just introduced a bug. I could be completely wrong. It should have dropped a little stone block thing. Let's create a big storage area this time. Create a stone bench over here. Interesting. I think I added the same one twice, and it doesn't seem to be capable of dealing with that. Oh dear. I don't think we'll ever stop fixing bugs in this. Let's fix the original thing first. Build a table, craft a stone block. Oh, I see what's going on. It's just not finished yet. So that adjustment we made to try and fix the problem where it's requiring way too many resources to build a stone block. Oh boy. Okay, so there's potentially two more problems here, but I don't think they're problems of displaying resources. So stone blocks are costing too many resources because of recipe step and ensure adding a gathering node twice doesn't break gathering. Okay, my life is bugs. My life is bugs. It's okay. We will overcome. Let's do the rest of the asset stuff. So actually, I need to fix the stone block one first, otherwise it'll take us forever to test. So recipe step, we set to a whole number to correct a bug yesterday. But because it's no longer a fraction, I suspect that this line is causing us all sorts of trouble. Single step required is not happy. Yeah. We were multiplying it by, for example, 0.2. And we were like, okay, sweet. That means that you need 0.2 times whatever, 10 stone in order to build a single step. But now we're multiplying it by what I think might be 5. Oh no, 1. Oh, interesting. So each step, a stone block should cost 5 stone. Required quantity. Recipe requirements first unwrap. So the calculation would be 5 multiplied by 1. So that's correct. Single step required is 1 stone. No, it's 5 stone. Okay, yep. All right, that's bad. So this needs to change. We probably need to take recipe step out of the equation for now. Almost needs to be time-based, but that doesn't make any sense either. We took the decimal out because we discovered that it was failing to finish because the final step was equal to something like 2 times e to the minus 10. So how do we use recipe step when we're finishing? Deduct the required resources. Recipe complete minus equals station stats recipe split step. And recipe complete is being set to 10. Okay. So it's saying you should take 10 steps to build everything, essentially. How do I do this? Must be a more flexible way. So we're subtracting 1 each time. The actual, we have to take recipe complete into account. So it's actually station stats recipe step divided by recipe complete. But if we do that, we're back into fractions territory. Unless we ensure a minimum of 1, maybe. What if we revert to a fractional recipe step but have a condition at the end so that it always completes? Because I feel like this way is a bit more elegant. So let's say 0.2 again, make recipe complete be 1. And then it should be accurate again. And then this becomes the problem, recipe complete. If recipe complete is less than or equal to 0, or what if it's just less than recipe step? The problem is you need to make it execute the last one, the last step. Otherwise, it'll give you a freebie. But no, it won't, because you've subtracted it here. So you've already deducted part of the step that you were going to, I don't know, Is there a math expression for being so close to zero that it doesn't really matter? Um, yeah, I think it needs to be less than recipe step. I'm pretty sure that'll work, but I don't like the system and I'm going to rewrite it. Oh, whoops. What did I miss? Oh, station stats. Okay, let's see if that works. Oh, and interestingly, that's why it was failing, because we were setting it to 1 instead of to its set value of 10. So the first one was taking ages, and the second one was really fast. Okay, all right, so we can look at the total amount of stone that we have, which is 30, and we should end up with, we'll probably end up with 20, because I think it'll pick up 10 and leave 5 in its inventory, but let's find out. Yeah, so he's got 5 in his inventory and 20 in there and 1 stone block. So that's correct. See if it's reliable. Seems to be. I wonder if it's sensitive to like the cost of the recipe, like if the math changes. So that would be a bad bug too. All right, so we should be able to build a stone wall now. Make sure that those complete, because that was the original problem. Oh yeah, there it is. The little blob that looks like a picnic bar. All right, so that solved that for now at least. And if we start having problems with it again, we'll rewrite the whole thing. Done. Now, finish the run. Finish the run. Um, so we've done inventory and we've done um, counts. Now we should probably do context menu, see if we can simplify that. Um, so there's this rather hideous blog in net block in a net that sets up all of these. Um, and I think we should be able to populate these out of our RON file instead. So let's see here. To be honest, I think we should do the we could do the storage menu and the storage tiles and the stone bench as well, but they're not resources strictly speaking, so I don't know. Okay, so recipe, we can definitely do these. So to make it work, we need resources handle, resource handle, resources, resource types, res assets, resource types. Okay, now we can grab out of those. And we'll do it in line and then see if we can make it more efficient. So we've got stone block, which has got its context menu entry here. Which means that I ought to be able to replace this with it. Let sum r equals resources, resource types, get resources handle 0 ID, else return. Yeah. All right. Stone block. Let stone block menu entry equals r iter bind x name equals stone block. To be honest, we probably should just, yeah, we'll probably end up just looping through the whole thing, but that's okay. One step at a time. Unwrap context menu entry. Oh yeah. Can't move out of a shared reference because the value has type option context menu, which does not implement the copy trait. Right. Does that mean I need to put copy on the context menu entry? Probably, right? Can't be implemented. Why not? Oh, because it's string. Shoot. Do I need to make an end string or no? That can't be right. What about clone? Where was I? In context menu, right? Oh, I see. I was in the same file. Does not implement copy. So, I mean, potentially I could do this. Resource config doesn't implement clone. Crafting recipe doesn't implement clone, no doubt. Unnecessary eager cloning of iterator. Why? Try find, oh, okay. More ads, excuse me. Just trying to get used to the rhythm of it. Be nice, probably shouldn't even run them. It's a very tired puppy sleeping in the sun. It's a good sign. And that's just about it. All right. So you think I should clone the find? Okay, I can live with that. And then I can go actually, I don't need to retrieve the context menu entry. I can just go stone block, resource, and then this becomes stone block name. And then this is stone block resource. Input manager key. No, just key. Context menu entry key. No, bad. Oh, it's an option. Yes. Yes, it is. I think it's okay to use unwrap in this case. but we would need logic to handle it normally. Menus, no menus under that, and then total is the same. So yank between the line, and this is total. Oh man, context menu entry still doesn't implement the copy trait. As ref or as mute. Which one? Context menu entry? Okay, so obviously that's really wordy, but if we can get that into a loop, just go through every resource, look and see if it's got a context menu entry. Awesome. What's its parent? Cool, it's stone table. Put it in the stone table menu, generate one of these blocks, and we're done. Okay, so let's see if we can write that in some way that almost makes sense. This is going to be wasteful, but we're just going to have to deal. Although maybe if we only do it once per, we don't want to do a find. In fact, we don't have to do a find. We could just iterate through them. For resource, or just R. No, we can't use R. We've already used it. Resource in our resources. Iter. And it's going to be if let context some context menu entry, or actually just menu equals resource context menu entry, else continue. So if it's not defined, we just ignore it. And then we want to go we need to map the entries of the yeah, we need to map the entries of the menu against the parent in the RON file. So some of these are actually wrong now that I look at it, because this is a recipe. So parent should be recipe. And we need to be able to distinguish between different crafting tables too. So we might need to put a resource type in here, like made at, as in made at which table. I think we might need to put that into crafting recipe, or maybe a separate crafting table. Do we have a crafting table enum that tells us all the different crafting tables? Yeah, station type. Nice. Okay. I knew I was going to need that at some point. So stone table, and then in resources, oh, keeping this straight in my head is giving me hives. I think just station type is fine actually, but it has to be an option because not everything is made at a crafting station. Station type, option, station type. Okay. Does not implement, oh yeah, deserialize an asset and all of those. And the other one it needs is type path. Man, it's just got all the traits. Okay, so yeah, parent is recipe, title is stone block, station type is stone table, and stone wall also has a station type of stone table, and it is also child of recipe. And this has a station type of none. Okay, where does that leave us? Um, we are going to go we're going to try to match the contents of context menu entry parent with a base menu and context menu menus. So let some, we could probably use unwrap in this case. We know exactly which menus are there. So let parent, oh, Copilot thinks it knows. Does it know? Recipe, no, that's wrong. It's still wrong. So wrong. Context, menu, menus, get, recipe. No, hang on. Menu, parent, and probably to owned, unwrap. Plus reference, can't borrow it. Oh, not this again. Mutable borrow, can't borrow it as immutable. I can either clone it or actually, don't we clone it somewhere else? Hmm. Don't need that either. So we're just inserting storage, recipe, and area. And we also need a gather option. We shouldn't be, no, we do need the build menu for now. So gather, area, storage, and recipe. For now, let's just clone it. So let m equals resource context menu. No, context menu menus cloned or clone. Copied. Or for that matter, better cloned. String context menu. Oh, the pain, the pain. I can do this. I can do this. I need like a sort of a standard ballpark method for working around this business of needing to use an iterator in both mutable and immutable context at the same time. Expected it to be, okay, so do I need to do into? No, same problem. And I assume can't do this because it doesn't implement copy. Cannot move out of dereference. Does not implement copy. I could clone and consume. Mutable meaning it can change. Yeah. So Rust has a really strict interpretation of what can and can't be modified. And it has a rule that you're not allowed to use the same iterator in two different contexts, both mutation and non-mutation. So you'll probably see scattered around things like let mute foo equals 1, meaning that I can alter it later. Whereas let foo equals 1 means that I can't, essentially. But when it comes to iterators across lists, it gets quite complicated, and I struggle with the correct syntax a little. I'm actually going to seriously considering asking ChatGPT about this one. Because it can be quite helpful in digging through the patterns. So let's try this. Oh, hang on. No, hang on. Oh, yeah. Wait, now I've got a completely different error. Where we need to get the menu, which is resource context menu entry. Let's continue. Where is the part where I actually had the problem? Maybe by commenting out that other thing, I actually removed the problem. Let's have a look. Cannot move out of resource context menu entry as enum variant sum, which is behind a shared reference. Consider borrowing the pattern binding ref. Oh yeah, so we were using as ref, weren't we? Can I do this? Apparently so. Um, get menu parent unwrap, and so in other words, look up the menu that's associated with this parent string. And then we need to insert into that parent. So I can figure this out. Its children is a reference to a context menu. A context menu has menus in it. So we go parent, menus, insert. What does Copilot want to do? Resource name, context menu is available, is open, key. That's actually pretty close. Let's just see what the problems are. It's pretty damn good. Can't borrow it as mutable, as it's behind a reference. The data it refers to cannot be borrowed as mutable. Okay, so this is the things that we struggle with. These are the things that we struggle with. I don't know if I can do this. Specify the binding type, mute, menu, context menu. Is there such a thing as get? Oh, it's entry, right? If you want to change it, it's entry. You've never found coding to be a struggle here, Flip. Yeah, I got you. I'm on to you because I don't code. There's a good way out of it. You're probably finding this deadly tedious then. No method named unwrap. Yep. So parent becomes a what? It's an entry. Right, so it returns. I think there's an or else, right? Yeah, or insert. So I think you would have to do this. No, I mean, you could tag it with a or insert, but it's a bit pointless because we know it's there already, and yet there's no unwrap. Hmm. There's no point in using or insert. But I need the reference to it. I need a mutable. I need a way to mutate it. It's It's actually neat to listen to. I don't watch 50% of the time. That's good. It's probably best that you don't, or you'd see all the red errors that I'm looking at. Um, okay, I need to understand. Actually, this is a Chat GPT moment. We're gonna do given a hash brown hash map in Rust, how do we obtain, how do we mutate one of the values if we know for certain that it exists? I'll get mute. Well, that would be easier. Oh, throw the ad sign up. Okay, let's try that. Maybe that's why I was struggling. Yep, that was it. Thanks, ChatGPT. I'll pause for a sec. Yay, AI, exactly. It's just really good at distilling a whole bunch of Google pages into a small block, except when it completely screws up. And that's why I use the same pattern. Well, that's the end of those, by the looks of it. All right. So that should cycle through the resources, add a menu if we can, and hopefully add it to the right parent. Shouldn't need this. Oh, hang on, we do need to create it. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, in theory, we should get a menu entry for every resource type if we need one, which in this case, they both should be added to the recipe menu. Let's see if it actually runs. Nope, it hated that big time. We panicked because context menu init does not exist. Oh, delve resources, resource handle. Interesting. Is it because I changed it, I wonder? Did I get that wrong? I thought that was what we had in, say, inventory. Res resource handle. I added that. Res resource handle. Why wouldn't it be present? Is this all happening too early? It's happening on startup. Maybe it should actually be happening on, yeah, that's what's going on. We could run it on exit, game state, loading. That should be all right. So by that time, the resources should be there. Failed to load asset, result type, could not pass RON, unexpected variant named stone table in the enum station type. Expected stone bench instead. Okay. Good to know. What did I do wrong? Oh, right. Stone table is called a stone bench. Fair enough. Stone table, stone bench. Same. Is it in the swatch of commented outlines? Yeah. Sorry, I missed that one, but potentially. I need to get rid of it. Comments are the devil. I don't care what people say. Okay, so we can still do those menus. That's good. Speed up, speed up, speed up. Okay, so recipe, stone block, stone wall. That does appear to have worked. Interesting. We got that 2 times e to the -8 again, but it worked, so that's good. And only just is greater than 0.2. All right. So I better just make sure I can still make the wall. Gather that, gather that. Sometimes you just want to hoover up the whole map and watch him do it. So we got 7, so we should be able to make one. Yep, sweet. Okay. So, success. What? There we go. So yeah, we can get rid of set commented outlines now. We have removed a bunch of code. And as we build up more and more resources, we won't have to change anything in that section, which is the really important part. This is temporary. We need to selectively enable submenu based on which crafting menu has been selected. Right. To be continued there. Okay, what other section have we not done? Storage texture, maybe? So, yep, we've got a lazy static full of storage textures that we can hopefully get rid of. I love deleting code. Might still need that, let's find out. Okay, so the index is going to be we need to include our resources. So it's going to be st, so resources handle, resource handle, resources types, assets, resource types, sure. And then you may as well grab the handle now. Resource, see if it gets it right. Yep, nice work, Copilot. So this needs to be for character inventory seeking tile pots. And we're looking for the storage texture for the seeking resource type. So to find that, it's going to be R resources, iter, find x, resource type equals seeking resource type. And storage texture, that's going to be an unwrap as use size. It's bound to blow up. It doesn't look too bad at first glance. Okay. Oops. That was not happy camper. Oh, I'd probably use that lazy static in other places. Storage. No, really? What was that error again? Run if exists, but its trait bounds were not satisfied. In storage line 30. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, this is the same thing. Oh no, I just need to import it. No field storage texture because why? It's called base storage tile. Oh right. All right. Okay, that in theory should work. Let's give it a quick look. So far, so good. Hey, puppies. Excuse me. Seems correct. Yep. Okay. Sweet. So that's the storage tiles. Cool. This is going to be a big commit when we get it finished. Then we've got uh, recipes, maybe. Yeah, recipes would be the way to go. So that's in build context menu, instruct. Oh wait, instruct station action, and we list recipes here. So we could grab all of them out of our resources file, and that's going to overload this function with arguments, but never mind. So same old, resources handle, resource types. It still insists on doing that, but that's okay. We'll just fill in the blanks for the AI. Yep, too many arguments. We may be able to consolidate it a little bit, but we won't go there just yet. Um, so let's get all of the recipes that are associated with this particular kind of station type. So we want let recipes equals. Oh, Copilot, are you really sure about this? No, but you're right about one thing. We do need to do that. Let sum r equals yes, no, else. There we go. Now let recipes. Oh, what? Oh, I see. Let recipes equals r resources better find. No, filter, you're right. And actually filter map was probably correct too. So what is it trying to suggest? Yeah, that's correct. And our filter is going to be actually, hang on. X station type is station type stone bench. And then we want map x x rafting recipe. Collect. I don't know if we need to collect. Expected option unknown, found ball. What? Oh, I see. How do I do that? There's a way to do that. I know there is. It's supposed to go like it'll remove the nuns that don't match. Hmm. I think you can do like match some none, but I thought there was an easier way of doing this. I think you have to do the comparison. So it's going to be like match X station type. Some T T equals station type stone bench. No, this isn't right. By wrapping the expression in some. Yeah, I know how to do this, but I think there's a more idiomatic way. Because this is really wordy. Oh, right. Um, oh, I'm doing it again. Okay. Um, some T. No field crafting recipe on crafting station type. Oh, yeah. Actually want some X or just X because it's already an option, right? Yes, that's fair. So this is a Vic uh, crafting recipe. Right. I guarantee you there's a more efficient way of doing this. It's going to be something really obvious. Stack Overflow, do your thing. I mean, it used to be Stack Overflow, now it's this. Um, Consider the following broken code. What is the idiomatic Rust solution to extracting all crafting recipe uh, if present? Because I want to understand the pattern that people use, not my fake code that almost works. So let's look at this. Filter map X match station type sum. So that was correct. And then some X crafting recipe clone. Okay, all right. Because we know it exists here. So we don't need that second match block. So if I can edit my original, oh, more ads floating around. Oh, actually, that might not work because X can be. Oh no, no, it totally does. Totally does. Uh, X crafting recipe, which should be better. So do I have to wrap that? Right, because crafting recipe is also an option. So could I potentially, since I know that it's created at a station, can I unwrap here? Or then I won't be returning an option and it won't work, right? Yeah, no. So that's my problem. I need, so it's saying collect there, which works, but, oh, well, we don't need this. But now we can't move it out, so that's why they were using copied or cloned. Okay, I'm with you. Unfortunately, they're all options. So, or are they? So why isn't it a filter map gets rid of the option for you? Is that what's happening? Only the values, right? Cool. Okay, I'm happy. I'm happy. I understand. I see where you're going. Take the add sign down because I talked right through it. And we have all recipes for the stone bench. Nice. And in theory, you could even extrapolate that so that each crafting table just knew how to load its own recipes, but one thing at a time. Hash map from recipes. No, no, we can't do that. We need to modify each one because it's indexed. Um, yeah, it's an indexed hash map. So it would be better, since we already have the resource type, if we could return a tuple of that. Yeah, there we go. So now we need to return X resource type, X crafting recipe clone. Sure. Which is going to be problematic. I might have to unwrap there. Yeah. Um, this is this is getting hairy. Let's just see where takes one argument, but two was supplied. Really? Yeah. The problem is it's all right. Let's try this. Let recipe equals X crafting recipe unwrap, and then return X resource type recipe. Oh, sure. So it's got to be okay. So again, there's almost certainly a better way of doing that. So let's ask the Oracle for help. I'm not ashamed. Um, given this block, uh, consider whether there is a more idiomatic approach. Yeah, this is looking better. So where's my scroll bar? Oh, okay, so they're just mapping it. which doesn't. I don't know if that's really an improvement, to be honest. Crafting recipe as ref, map, recipe. Hmm. Where does it unwrap the recipe? I don't think it does. I'm not sure I understand that. So look at this. Um, so instead of that, we're doing this. By calling asref, oh, hang on, maybe it's the asref. Before map, we avoid the potentially unsafe unwrap. Converts an option into an option and T, allowing for the contained value to be used without moving it out of the option. Oh, okay. It's especially useful if crafting a recipe is none because it avoids a panic. Interesting. Let's look at this. Crafting recipe as ref. So we get rid of the option, or we can refer to it without option. Map recipe X resource type recipe clone. You know, I don't hate it. It's not great, but I don't hate it. And that should mean we could do hash map from recipes because we've got both the resource type and the recipe in there. So let's find out if we're right. Okay, not satisfied. Expected. Oh, wait. I think I don't know if I can use the vec to do that, except if I can possibly use into. No. Maybe vector's the wrong container because the static list was working, but this won't. So let's look up from in hash brown hash map. From needs kvn. Possibly into. Don't suppose this would work. No. From is implemented. There'll be a way to do this. You would think it would be like from vec. Oh, from iterator. We could potentially do that. Better. same problem. Uh, hmm. Hash map from iterator vet. No, I need the other way around. Oh, you can use fold. Hmm. Convert list of lists into hash map. No. Convert vet to hash map. Map it to an iterator of tuples and then collect. Maybe I'm just missing the collect. Uh, oh wait, what if I just do it up here? Um, to tell my partner something, I'll be right back. Apparently she left her car lights on. Okay. Um, yeah, so I'm wondering if you can actually collect into the hash map. Uh, well, it's an electric car, so hopefully not, because you could just plug it in, but good to know. Definitely good to know. Uh, yes, it does. Oh, cool. You can just collect it that way. Nice. Oh, I wish I'd known that. Uh, Sweet. Oh, that's way better. Nice. Um, I wonder if I should just go out there and turn them off. And I'll see if she replies. Somewhere downstairs. Okay, cool. So in theory, we should have all of the recipes if they exist from the resource farm. So let's see if it builds. Nope. Stop. No. Sorry. My dogs are barking. That's enough. You don't need to bark at people. You'll scare everybody. Scared me. Okay. You heard them this time. Sorry about that. That was really loud. She gets a fright when people come past the house, which in turn gives us a fright. We need to try and train her out of it, but it's a bit of a mission. Next ad break, I might go and turn the car lights off. Okay, so hopefully the recipes should be populated. Looks like it. And build a stone wall. Yep, that works. All right, sweet. Um, you gave me a heart attack, puppy. Just settle down. Okay, good. So that's another area that they've been removed from. Now, input manager key. In here. Um, this one's trickier, actually. I think we might have to pass on this for now because it means knowing about these action types, and there's no way to build it generically. I tried, or at least I don't think there is. Not an easy way, at least. I might just ignore the input manager key for now till I can figure out a better way to do it. Okay, so that means what else we got left? Resource UI texture, crafting recipe, context menus, carrying capacity. Okay, so it builds it hard coded like this, which is what we don't want. So we'll get rid of that. And we'll go same old story, resources handle is resource handle. Nope. And resource types is assets, resource types. Let some, yep, that's correct. Oh, what's the problem here? Okay. Yeah. So we need let carrying capacity equals. We'll define its type. So it's a hash map, resource type, F32, and it's R resources. Um, filter map. Actually, yeah, I don't even know if it needs to be filter map. Hmm. Okay, ads are about to run. I am going to go and, like 5 minutes. Yeah, I'm going to go and turn those car lights off so we don't end up with a flat battery. Be right back. Right, that's enough of that. Problems sorted. Okay, so our resources editor map x collect. Yeah, well, if you could just give me some space, I'll figure it out. Okay, here we go. We want to return x resource type, x carrying capacity. Yeah, nice. Oh, that's quite powerful, really. Sweet. Okay. All right. Now, we need to, first of all, we need to take the tea bag out of my cup of tea so that I can drink it. This is important. Okay. Now we need to replace the existing hash map here. Sweet. That was way easy. So again, that'll just auto-populate and I never have to update that again with any luck. Cool. Good. So let's just make sure we still build. Haven't forgotten anything. Sweet, looking good. Harvest some resources. And we should have a carrying capacity of 10. So it should stop. And it shouldn't collect resources until it's dropped off. Yep, cool. Magic. Okay. We can remove that set destination debug. So let's remove pretty much all of the print line. Let's have a nice clean slate. We don't need to print everything inside. I wonder why we've got a block here with, I think that was a debug. Get rid of that and that. Don't need all of these problems. We need a debugger that works properly. That's actually quite helpful. We'll leave that one. Quite useful to know when you're speeding up. But the rest of these are just leftovers from previous problems we've already solved. There's a couple that are placeholders for uh, hints that we're going to have to give the player so that they know what to do next. But most of them are not necessary because we've got our resource displays in the counter and the inventory now. Yeah, that'll do for now. Okay, so what else do we need to change to make this RON file work? It's been most of the day, this project, but I think we made some good progress. Crafting recipes we've done, carrying capacity we've done, context menu we've done, base tile. Yeah, that would be in map, right? Yeah, but it's not really necessary to change it for now, I suppose. At some point, we're going to have to figure out a system for spawning random things other than stones, but hey, if I can stare at it for months at a time, that's fine. All right, I'm going to consider this bit done. There's a huge amount of things to commit, but none of this except for that. And that, you hear chewing noises, it's because the puppy next to my feet is attempting to destroy a chew toy. I do apologize. Okay. Implement RON based resource configuration. Nice. Which means that we can tick off, finally, this one. Sweet. What's next? Add some more gatherable and or craftable resources. Probably craftable resources, right? Dunno. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Oh, this bug. Ensure adding a gathering node twice doesn't break gathering. Yeah, we should do that. So it's going to be in gathering, probably in controls. Yeah. Get the orders. It's this. If resource type equals stats resource type, orders push pause. So we need the unique set. which we definitely don't do right now. So it's option gathering order. Let sum n equals node else continue. This is an option. Yeah. So where do I use that? Oh, I see. If let sum O is gathering order, then extend. Otherwise, insert gathering order. So extend if not exists, I think is the function I'm looking for here. So I need to understand how to do that, which means I need to know Rust vac add if not exists. Yeah, find or insert. Oh yeah, returning a reference from a hash. What? If you're inserting to the same key that you're looking up, use the entry API instead. But I'm not using a hash map. Ah, here we go. Using the index of the element instead of the reference. Find some, none. Oh, okay. So the index container at a position and E is 5, unwrap or else. Huh, interesting. Interesting. Okay, let's have a look. Um, O at a position, E. I know why E. Let's just call it X. X is 5. Well, no, not X is 5. X uh, equals pos orders. Oh, I need to compare multiples. Might be better to just loop through it and remove duplicates. Does this deal with multiples? I could just wonder if there's such thing as the set. Oh, I got +10 on Stack Overflow. What for? A connects query from JavaScript. That was a few years ago. 2021. There you go. Database questions. Ask me database questions. All right. I want ChatGPT to demonstrate, show the Rust approach. Actually, show several Rust approaches to finding the unique set of, wait, unique set, is that even the right word? We're talking about union. To vex where no duplicate. Hang on. Let's see if it understands it or if it corrects my language. Just running some ads for a sec. Do apologize. Using a hash, fair enough. A hash set, standard collections hash set. But you have to have equal and hash. I don't know that tilepos does. Iterating and filtering. For item in Vic1 and to edit chain Vic2, if unique contains, if it doesn't contain item, push item. What is chain? Is that just the iterator runs over both Vics? A B-tree set, damn. No, I don't think I want that. Iterators and collecting into a hash set. Without explicitly creating sets first. But you have to implement equal and hash. Well, let's find out first of all if tilepos does. Component reflect default clone copy debug hash and equal. Oh, it does. Okay. Sweet. So, oh, take the ads banner down, why don't? My bad. Using custom, we don't need to do that. So this one's tempting. But you would then need to return it to VAC, right? I don't think I've ever used a hash set before. Less efficient than a hash set. Sure. I mean, it's not going to be a big data set, but does Bevy provide a hash set or just hash? Because I've been using the Bevy hash. Oh yeah, it does. It uses hash browns one. Okay, let's have a think about this. So let's just skip this for a sec. Let HS for hash set, which is a hash set. Copilot wants me to do this. O positions edit, cloned, collect. I mean, no, because I need to use both. And then its alternative is that. No, so equals O, hang on, orders. What is orders? Just a tilepos, oh, vec tilepos. Orders into iter chain collect. Oh. Oh, right, chain. Yeah, it does help if you tell it what to chain to. collect exists, but iterator is not implemented by gathering order. Oh yeah, duh. So gathering order positions, right? Oh, positions. Move occurs because value has type bar tile pause, which does not implement copy. Okay. Cloned. Right. So that gives you a hash set. And then just out of curiosity, because we need to update the gathering order, O positions equals HS into it to collect. Okay. Um, I almost hate to ask, but is there a way to determine? You could write it by specifying the hash set as a parameter to the collect, right? So you could go fairly well down the rabbit hole at this point. And then collect. And then this would be O positions. I can't believe that worked. Oh man. Do I like it though? This ensures that we remove combine old and new orders, old and new position orders without duplicating any. Just out of curiosity, do you need Intuito, or can you just use Echo? Interesting. Yeah, no, I think you do. All right. Next question, did it actually solve the problem? So we should not be able to click on the same, we shouldn't be able to issue the same, well, if we do issue the same gathering order twice, it should just keep going. So start with this, and we gather, and I'll do it again, and then I'll do this one again, and this one again, maybe this one. Oh, why it's trying to despawn things over there, but never mind, that's a problem for another day. And let's see. Oh no, it stopped. Damn. Okay. Why is the question? Where did it stop? Let's see if we can replicate. Okay, so gather, and it starts together, and then we issue another gather order, and it continues. Okay, well, that's good. Now gather and gather again. Gather this one. Gather that again. Gather this one. Okay, now it's stopped. All right. Um, is there a limit to how many times that can be run? That's weird. Maybe we should be printing these orders out. See if we can come up with some kind of an idea of what's going on. Okay, so we gather again, and we get same. That's good. There's only one. Still only one. Still only one. But we've stopped. Oh, I bet I know why. It's the order. The order has changed. Huh. So it thinks it's at the right place, but it can't gather because it's not next to the tile that it wants to gather from. So sort order is important. I wonder, how can we work around that? Because what you don't want is to add gathering order and for the character to just take off to that one without finishing this one first. It needs to be more like a queue. In fact, really all order positions should be like a queue. I don't think that Rust provides a native queue or dequeue. Well, let's find that out. I bet that's what it is. You could sort them by closest. Okay, Rust queue type. This is a crate, so it's not provided with Rust. First in, first out. A stack may be implemented either on top of Vic or linked list because Vic features pop back and push back. All right, interesting. Vic deck. What's a Vic deck? A double-ended queue implemented with a growable ring buffer. Default usage is to use pushback to add to the queue and pop front to remove from the queue. Oh, maybe we should just do that. So how much refactoring would I have to do to make that work? We would still need to remove duplicates, but we could do it in a slightly more simple way, probably. although we might have to use contains. The hard work version would be to build the unique set of both vectors and then reorder them based on which tiles were closest to the character, because it's not going to move away from the one that it's right next to, presumably. But then you'd have to do that work every time you issue a gather order. I suppose that's not bad. We could do that work here for that matter. Hmm. Let's have a look and see how that would work. LUT. Um, Vec tile pause. And then we would need to sort it based on returns of our A-star algorithm in util. Oh, and it does actually support multiple targets. I'd forgotten that. So actually we could sort them by distance to target pretty easily. Just be potentially expensive if you ran it too often. But as long as you only run it on the key press, it shouldn't be too bad. Hmm. What do I think? That way we wouldn't have to use a stack or a queue. Um, we just always go to whatever was closest. It would mean that, no, I think it will work. Right, so find paths, current pause, whatever's impassable, targets, and tile storage. That's kind of magic. All right, so sketching this out, it would be we'd also have to interrupt it. We'd have to know, we'd have to tell the character that gathering orders have changed, which I think is actually part of the problem. Otherwise, we would have seen the character shoot away from its current one to the next one. All right, let's figure this out. Um, let's O positions equals no, let sorted positions equals unique position, find paths current pause. Hopefully I've got a tile pause already. What's my current tile pos? Just pos? No. Character inventory gathering auto mute stats. We need a tile pos, please. This is a busy little function. Excuse me. Impassable queue. So do we have a query for whether a tile is impassable? If not, we need one. Oh, does it need an entity? Oh, targets is unique positions. And tile storage, do we not have that either? Maybe base storage? Nope. So base storage, oh, just base layer. Tile storage with base layer, that is correct. Let okay, base storage equals base layer get single else return. Yep, that's right. And this is now base storage. Okay. So that is going to be a vec of vec I32. I32. And the U32 is the distance. But the first I32 gives us which topos it is. So, oh, we need a sort function for this. So I need to understand how vecs is sorted by function. Sort by A, B. Right. Sort of vector of structs. BH comp AH. Yeah. Okay. So let's figure this out. O positions equals. Does it return the? Oh, it's an in-place sort. Unique positions equals. This needs to be mutable. Oh, it's running. We'll just chuck the sign up. Nobody's watching anyway. It's about time to cook anyway. See if we can fix this first. All right, let's get this fixed and then I need to finish cooking tea. Let paths. Actually, are the paths sorted from their A star? I think they are, right? So I should be able to do it based on the index. I don't really want to use contains. They will already be sorted. So I just need to copy them out to a new. Yeah, it's pretty expensive. Let's see if we can do it. O positions equals. No, wait a sec. O positions equals Vic. Um, oh no, we don't need unique positions anymore. Yep, I got it. I get it. It's all good. It's all coming together. Um, paths map x x. Hang on, this returns Vic Vic I32. And we need the first I32, and that's all we need. One. Hang on, look at util again. It's confusing the hell out of me. It returns a path for every pos and targets with distance to each target. It's possible that it might not. I don't know, eh? It's hard. Okay, so um, x map x y, I guess. Y 0. Sure. Oh, it's not an iterator. Um, you know what? Oh, right. Oh, right. It's a tuple. Okay, so paths iter map x 0 iter map expected struct vec tilepos, expected vec tilepos, and it got, oh right, because they haven't collected. Okay. Uh, Topos doesn't have the trait from iterator. Okay, so into iterator? No. Hmm. Cannot be built from an iterator over items of type standard map slice iter I32 I32. Hmm. Look at the type again. Vec, vec. Yeah, because hang on. The vector is x is a address of vec of a tuple, and then we take 0, which is vec I32 I32, and then we get an iterator over that, and we map y, and actually we could do y like this, in which case, and the same would be true here. I don't know if that makes it better. It might just be a little clearer. Um, can't be built from an iterator over elements of type map slice map iter I32 I32. Hmm. So what does it think y is? An address of I32, reference to I32, which is kind of what I want. Oh no, I want the tile plots. What am I doing? Hang on. Oh, right. The topos will be generated from, yeah, I gotcha. Okay, so that's better. It's confusing, but it's better. So the tuple I32, I32 gets turned back into a tilepos. So what we actually want is tilepos, probably from, or even just y into, because y is, yeah, Struggling with types. Because we know that O positions is a vectile pos. X is the second vector. The interior vector of the 2D vec. We're mapping over that to give us, oh, hang on. We want the initial position of each of them. And that's not what we're getting here, I don't think. We're trying to change all of them. So this is one path. Paths is all the paths. It should be sorted by distance. The first element of each, yeah, the first element of X is actually what we want. Hang on, let's clear that out. Just out of curiosity, what would it do? Option I32, I32. So actually we might need a filter map. Yep, so now we've got a single tuple. Can we get away with into? No, definitely not. But this thing is a tuple. It's a terrible name, but bear with me. Okay, I can't do a from. Okay. What about this? No. Try using a fully qualified path to specify the expected types. I don't suppose. It's probably the same problem, right? What if I just do this? Interesting. Okay, so we're going over parts with an iterator. We take everything that's a sum and get the first element of each, which is the, wait, is the first element the current position or the destination? Shoot. I think the first element is the current position. So I might need last. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Um, and then we map that into tilepods so that we can collect it back into positions, which is a vec of tilepods. Holy shit. So what I need to ask the AI here is, um, is there a better way than hard coding? Um, actually, hang on. Um, hard coding the tilepods generation. Like, could it just know how to do it? Let's just check Bevy docs. Oh yeah, it's ECS tile map. It's not Bevy at all. Bevy ECS tile map docs. I am probably going to have to stop and grab some dinner. Um, so what we want is tilepods, and it implements from a tilepos and from a UVec2. What the hell is a UVec2? Oh, okay. And does UVec2 implement a from? U32 too. It does actually. Maybe? I'm so curious now. Can I do, where does UVec32 come from? Glam. Okay, I just got to know if it solves the problem. We'll fiddle with the specifics later. So the theory is that if we click on a bunch of, if we issue gathering orders that are duplicates, it should not stop gathering. And it stopped gathering. Damn. Okay, let's try first. Maybe I got that wrong. Oh, no, no, that's right. Because we may still need to tell it to update the gathering orders. Let's just check this one, and then I'll break. Nope, that broke it. Okay, I don't know. I will need to come back to this. Interesting, but not sure. If anybody happens to be listening, I am going to raid someone just for the hell of it. And it is going to be, who's it going to be? Um, you could go and look at Cardboard Cowboy if you so chose. Let's try that. and I may be back a little bit later this evening. Thanks for hanging out.